Howdy, 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 and welcome to this version of the Flying Auditor. I figure I'd give you, we're about, what is it, 6 weeks from Christmas. I don't celebrate Christmas. I'm a Jew, so used to, not long ago. But thought I'd give a little update on the direction of the channel and what have you. I've made 2 videos, and the 2 videos I was gonna drop. I know I piss off a lot of people. That's just how I was feeling. I'm medicated, so I figured, no, it's best to review multiple times before you just arbitrarily drop something and in retrospect thinking, oh crap, I should have never done that and the world's seen it. I have redone my background, and my channel moving forward into 2025 is going to be centered around First Amendment rights and all the aspects of it. And be frank with you, I'm dropping a boatload of weight, getting ready for another surgery here in a couple months. And that's taken, I've had 2 surgeries. It'll be 2 surgeries that most I've ever had in all my entire life, other than when I broke my neck. But I have to get these things taken care of before, I officially decide to leave the continent. But the channel's going to change a little bit. And we're going to be concentrating and talking about a lot of things. Now, I may or may not go out and purposely, stress my rights. I just record everywhere I go, frankly. But when I do go out and get out and about, there's a couple of things I've got in the works. One's dealing with the USPS. Has begun over a year, which will be pretty significant. It involves identity theft, mine, by a local carrier, and USPS doesn't seem to take much interest in it. Hadn't gotten back to me. That's one. It's been taking a year. I've got a lot of data, a lot of stuff. That'll take multi-part videos to do that, that I got involved in. Then I'm going to be physically or by audio interviewing key players again to say why the hell aren't they, protecting me, my identity, and etc. So, but we're going to go and change a little bit. And let me share with you some other thought processes. How many of y'all are attracted to YouTube? What makes you attracted to YouTube? Why? What's bringing that out? One of the companies I had and I launched, spent a lot of money on, and frankly didn't do much with it. Spent quite a few dollars, 5 figures easily, and I might activate part of it because it involves, dealing with people's state of minds. I'm certified to be able to look, different aspects of the persona as it deals with dealing with people professionally, non-professionally. I mean, it's across the board certification I've got, and I haven't really pressed that, hadn't put it out there, but I'm qualified. I can do it. I've got, all the stuff to do it, to evaluate. So if you got a team together and you want to see if y'all are a good fit mentally and emotionally, and just whether you can connect on the same cerebral plane, I'm able to do those things. So, but you got to think about, why are you attracted to YouTube? When I started this process a couple years ago, befriended some guys. Quite frankly, I've dropped thousands of dollars in 2024, thousands and thousands on 1A and 2A channels and their owners. I've given freely. Nobody has solicited me. And, some of them have, I felt, maybe have felt a little bit different because I, without them asking, and just because I'm a veteran, they're a veteran, I gave them money. And then, their channels grew and I'm kind of back on the wayside, and, that's fine. I mean, I'm a boomer, and my thought process is, if somebody takes time, money, and effort to send you something, give you something out of the goodness of their heart, which they didn't have to, I think you should be appreciative. And I think, thanking them, other than the initial after the thought process thank you, the courtesy thank you, is to maybe, reach out to the people and say, hey, anybody that's ever done anything nice for me, I've handwritten them, thank you cards, sent their wives the flowers, etc. I mean, just who I am. It means I respect you and care for you as a person. Because anytime somebody takes time, money, or effort to put it in your life, that's something that person that's imparting their emotional well-being into you, or their emotional being into you, solicit or otherwise, trying to bless you, that's significant. And those that don't recognize it, it's the millennials and it's their kids. They just, they don't really understand and don't capture that, everything you do in life with that paycheck of yours, an hourly wage, is bought for. I mean, your glasses, your equipment, yada, yada, everything. Assign it to a dollar value. And how much of your life did you have to exist and earn to pay for said whatever you gave? Most people don't think like that. But what attracts you to the YouTube? Is it the drama? There's a shitload of drama out there now. I can see the dynamic changing. And I'm going to do another separate video about all this freaking crazy drama. It's ridiculous. But let's look at, why are you attracted to YouTube? What makes you attracted? What got me was, I carried a gun, had a dog, all that stuff years and years ago. I'm a type A, I'm an alpha. I mix it up with the best of them. I don't care how old you are. I can hold my own very well. And it's mental health. There's a lot of vets that are on, personally, my subscription that I've got, all the people I follow and all the subjects that interest me, I've got close to 300. Some 2As, there's quite a few 1As, and they get dropped down into my, my list when I power up the YouTube app. But, you get to a point where you keep watching these guys at the post office, people getting pepper sprayed, people having their hands put on. Everybody's doing whatever they're doing for whatever they're doing it. And as you're absorbing that into your mind, have you taken stock and note of your personality afterwards? Are you still ramped up and keyed up and teed up based on what you've experienced on YouTube? Is that carrying over in your personal life? Are you getting short with your family? Are you mean to your animals? I mean, have you noticed a darkness about you that's negative? And maybe that's not your personality. Look, it took me years to get away from a negative attitude. I had one. When you carry a gun, you're trained in law enforcement and in drugs, and you're always looking for the bad, looking to protect, it takes a mental toll on you. And I've had to overcome that. It's taken decades. And I did it, had a business, spoke all over the country, because I changed who I associated with, number one. And number two, what came out of my mouth. Your words are very important. When you go out and trash somebody's business, somebody's charity, somebody's whatever, personality, and you know nothing personally about them, I mean, to the core of that individual, other than what you see on the tube, you're foolish. Who are you to cast these nets of dispersion and nonsensical guesstimates of people? There are people that just, it's this generation that's coming. I'm a boomer, so you've heard me say it. But your mental health, it's important to understand. You got to guard this damn thing. For all my veteran friends, listen carefully to me. If you've got PTSD and you are deeply involved in watching this negative crap, now there's some guys on the channels that are comedic. There's that one guy, I don't know if he's from Greece, or long black hair, has a fishing rod and just, you're cool, or I can't remember what his saying is, but it'll come to me. A poto or a topo, whatever. He's kind of cool. He's got arrested for doing his crazy stuff. Flex Your Freedom, same thing. Flex has got a comedic way of dealing with what he does and what he produces as content on his channel, and he's getting rewarded with the numbers of views. But frankly, I mean, really, where you? I digress. If you don't guard this damn thing, it's going to spill over into your life, people. Look, I'm at a point right now. I can't fly because of some maladies. I got a plane I got to sell. I'll be posting that here on the tube on one of my other channels when I'm ready to sell it here in the spring. But, you got to guard your brain and your psyche and your environment. I have shut off YouTube with the exception of maybe one or two guys I follow. And that's about it. I might, when I'm doing my stuff early in the morning, the morning constitution, if you will, I might take my phone in and, breeze through. As a CEO, as a professional, what people that are professional do is they prioritize what they put into their mind. They prioritize what their schedules are. Even though I'm retired, I still have a schedule. I like to get up early. I'm having to change everything because of these surgeries. I'm having to change how I work out. I can't do heavy weight. I mean, there's a whole dynamic I'm changing right now because of the stuff I've had done over this year and the next year, early part of 2025, surgically, medically. That's me. But everybody has a mind that you've got to protect your psyche, your energy, what comes out. I know where I was going, and it just came to me. When you speak ill and speak bad of somebody, there's a story that's told about a preacher. 3 ladies in the congregation were nitpicking, were just, bad-mouthing congregants, other people. Just, battering old hens, if you will. And the preacher called him into the office one day, gave him a feathered pillow, told them to go out on the local interstate, cut that pillow open at 70 miles an hour and let every one of those feathers go and come back and report it. They did. They did as he said, loyal parishioners that they were, came back to the preacher, showed him the empty pillowcase, and he says, ladies, your words are like those feathers. Now, I want you to go back on that same interstate and pick up every feather you then escaped from that pillowcase. That's a powerful image when you think about it. You got what you say. I don't care who you are. You could be a top CEO. Your words are going to come back and haunt you. Your whole demeanor on these channels is going to come and haunt you. If you run a business of any kind, there are people out here that I watch I would not give you the time of day because I don't trust you. I just don't see anything there and I've got a PI, private investigator. I guarantee you I can run anybody on any of my subscription lists because I've got the sources to go deep and do deep dives. If I need to, I will. Because you just don't believe everything. I mean, I try to keep as less of my personal life out as possible. You don't need to see my drama. I just share some things. I had a scare in June. My wife almost went to the north side because she didn't tell me some stuff about a medical condition. And 40-something years of marriage, never been to an ER. Kind of freaked me out. That's what changed my whole thought process. Until you get close to losing a loved one, you got to change your perspectives. If you run a YouTube, I digress. I'm sorry. I won't go there. It'll be another YouTube channel, another video. How do you keep your mind fresh? Monitor and limit what you put into your noggin. I'm a reader. I read voraciously on the web. I scan a lot. I mean, that's just who I am. I'm learning. I'm digressing now. One of the reasons why you prioritize and you put your schedule in, you guys have got kids, you got a life, yada, yada, yada. Everybody fits in whatever they do, what's important to them. I'm trying to learn guitar. I have had a classical guitar follow me, an acoustic guitar follow me for decades now. And I used to play, God knows, years ago in high school. I'm trying to learn now. So I bought an electric guitar and all the tech equipment to go through my PC. I got a powerful PC. You got to get calluses on the fingers. But I'm going to learn how to play it, even though, hearing some of the tones aren't as sharp as they were back in the day. But I'm a rocker, so I'm going to try to bang out some AC/DC, some Zeppelin, Black Sabbath, maybe some even Metallica, Texas Hippie Coalition, just a bunch of just different riffs. Because I'm that type of guy, even though I'm older. I'm one of those headbangers you see. And if you notice, I told you I cut my hair off. So I have no hair other than what the shortness that's coming back. You can't see it, but I got 2 holes in here where they drilled holes in my head to stabilize my neck when I broke it. 2 eye bolts. Imagine 2 eye bolts screwed into the skull and then being put on a table, a bed, if you will, about the width of your body, and then strapped in and flipped over every so often so your blood doesn't coagulate. I was on one for 6 weeks to stabilize the neck fracture way back in the day when I broke my neck. But I digress. What are you doing to protect yourself? Last thing, if any of you guys have got my personal number out there sending me links and you're not giving me any idea of why you're sending, I'm not going to open them. That's just who I am. Look, just because we've spoken doesn't mean I support everything that's out there. Don't think because someone's done it, they'll do it again. You always have to ask permission if you're going to ask somebody to donate or something, or ask them if they're in a position. But I'll be frank with you. For those that, and I've gotten texts from people that I've talked to personally that don't Do not explain what the hell the hyperlinks for. I am not clicking on any hyperlinks at all unless I know what the hell it is. That's, you know, that's how you get your phones taken over. You know what I mean? There's a lot of shit going on with all the new tech that's out there. All right. Well, this is the Flying Auditor. I thought I would give you this short, rambling message. You guys have a great one. God bless America. God bless our troops. Flying Auditor, we're out.